Hey guys, ahead of Supreme Court hearing, Atiku drops disturbing revelation about Tinubu that sparked reactions from Nigerians. In a stunning revelation just days before a critical Supreme Court hearing, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's special assistant on public communication, Frank Shaibu, has exposed what he calls the 10 big lies that has defined the administration of President Bola Tinubu. These allegations have ignited a firestorm of reactions across Nigeria, casting a shadow over Tinubu's presidency. Shaibu, in a press release issued on September 24th, 2023, did not miss words, asserting that these repeated lies point to a disturbing pattern within Tinubu's government. According to him, the evidence suggests that the administration's primary strategy is to employ propaganda to deceive the Nigerian populace rather than genuinely address the country's governance issues, which have plunged citizens into what he describes as a bottomless pit of bad governance. This revelation comes on the heels of a public apology issued by Chief Ajuri Ngalale, the special advisor to President Tinubu, and other members of the president's media team. Shaibu contends that these apologies stem from being caught in the act rather than a genuine sense of remorse. He further highlights the imbalance in the number of media aides compared to economic and security advisors, suggesting a heavy resilience on propaganda within the government. Shaibu also issued a stern warning to the Nigerian media, urging them to rigorously fact-check any claims made by the Tinubu administration to maintain their credibility. Petrol subsidy denier. Shaibu states with what he claims was the first lie from Tinubu's inaugural speech, where the president stated that petrol subsidies had been removed. Shaibu ascertained that the rising cost of diesel and untransparent information suggests otherwise. UAV visa ban lifts. The second lie, according to Shaibu, relates to Tinubu's declaration that the United Arab Emirates had immediately lifted the visa ban on Nigerians. The UAE authorities later debunked this claim. Tinubu's assumption that he was the first African president to rig the Nasdaq barrel is contradicted by evidence that Malawan President Jakaya Kikwete achieved this feat in 2011. President Biden's meeting request, a statement attributed to the U.S. Presidential Envoy and Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs Ambassador P. regarding President Biden's desire to meet Tinubu at the United Nations General Assembly was challenged, as Tinubu reportedly never met President Biden. It's still talking about the exchange rate claims, that Tinubu claims that the exchange rate had been retooled to a single figure floating rate, was contested by the real exchange rate and the figure airlines struggling to repatriate funds from Nigeria. Military propaganda as well. The Nigerian government's claim of striking terrorists in Niger State was disputed by Premier Times, which alleged that innocent civilians had been killed instead. Then the foreign exchange injunction. The central bank's announcement of injecting 10 billion naira or $10 billion, please pardon me, into the foreign exchange market within 2 weeks was exposed as false when no funds materialized. Shaibu accused Tinubu's administration of favoring one section of the country in key appointments, citing the CBA, the FIRIs, the customs, army, the police, and immigration as example. He also mentioned a claim by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited that it had secured a $3 billion AFMAN's loan was challenged as the naira continued to depreciate and the AFMAN's bank remained silent. The Student Law Act deception. The Student Law Act signed by Tinubu was alleged to cover only tuition fees, rendering it essentially pointless as government school fees began increasing other fees contradicting the claim of free tuition. These allegations cast a long shadow over President Tinubu's administration, raising serious questions against transparency, honesty, and the government's commitment to addressing Nigerians' pressing issues. As the Supreme Court hearing approaches, the nation watches closely, awaiting the outcome and any potential consequences for the Tinubu's presidency. So guys, I'm dropping it here. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you.